Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So today I'm bringing you the card I made for the Technique Tuesday blog hop, and the theme was a ribbon technique. So you can make anything but with a ribbon. So I've used the Handsomely Suited set to make this card, and this is what it would look like without the ribbon technique. So I stamp the tie and that looks pretty good. But if we use the ribbon technique, it's not a technique, it's just something I made up. I just thought, oh yeah, I'll use a ribbon on that. And I think it just brings the card to a whole new level by having really effectively what feels like a real tie down there. So that's it made with cardstock, and that's it with a ribbon. And then once I tried that out, I then tried another one. That's retired ribbon, but I kind of went for a sort of a jazzy summer shirt there with a tie, and I really like how they've turned out. I did these two different ways. That way it's wrapped all the way round, and this way was strips placed. Now when I first did it, what I did when I was first playing around was I got a scrap and I stuck just strips of ribbon down, and then I die cut it out. But it looks, the edges, there's bits there where it's sort of come away a little bit, and if you compare with that one, that's that's still quite flat, whereas this, because you've got the ribbon tucked round, it sort of lifts up. So I think that's a much better way. So yeah, I will show you how I did it. So we'll do the tie bit first, the ribbon bit first, and then you can switch off if you like know how to do the put the cards together. But that's what I'm doing. So that's the stamp set. I haven't used any stamps in this, but it's a stamp set, and it comes with a die set, and these are the dies. And of course, buy the two together, you save 10%. I mean, I just haven't put a sentiment on there. You can. I could have put quite a number. It would be a nice Father's Day card, that, wouldn't it? And to one of the world's best dads. You can take the to one of the off and just have world's best dad there, and take the S off if you want to. Yeah, so I haven't used that for now, but I did use that to stamp the tie to show you. So using this, I've already pre-die cut a tie, and I'm going to go with the same set here. So I've cut it out in Night of Navy, and when I did the original card, I did it in white, and at the bottom there you could see a bit of white. I've gone over it with a marker, so I thought, well, if I did it in Night of Navy, then that's not actually a problem, is it? And the paper I'm using is from Boho Indigo. I've used this for a lot of mail cards, and you know, at first sight, with all these sort of florals, you might think that it's more of a feminine set, but I actually think that is an amazing shirt for a man. And I showed it to Ed, and he went, oh, it's like Alfie Moon. But I think any one of these would look lovely as a shirt. I'm going to go for this one, I think, so you can sort of see what it looks like on a darker background, I think. And Ed's got a shirt just like that. So yeah, that nice sort of a Hawaiian look there. You wouldn't actually probably need a tie for that, but that would make a lovely Hawaiian shirt, wouldn't it? So yeah, that is the paper we're using. So I'm also using the ribbon that comes with the set, which now appears to have just vanished. There we go, got it all out. So these are the two ribbons that come with Boho Indigo, and that's what we're using. I just thought it were lovely. So I'm using fast fuse. I would use a strong tape, so fast fuse, or I'm looking for my silicone mat and I can't find it. Fast fuse, or it's scrunched down. Stamp and Seal Plus. That's what I'm trying to think of. I've still got shed loads of this left, and so I don't need to stock up on Stamp and Seal Plus. But if I didn't have a lot of this, then I would be getting Stamp and Seal Plus. So all I did was I covered the back. I didn't cover the front. I just covered the back with the tape, and now it's all going to stick to me. And I just cut in strips. So let's just get that bit that's frayed off it. It's not the best ribbon scissors. I need to I've got another pair of snips which I keep meaning to denote as my ribbon scissors. So got a little strip like that, and what I did was I started at the bottom and I kind of lined it up there with the edge. This is actually way longer than I need it to be. I'm gonna snip a bit of that off. So I did that, and then I came over the other side. So I'll snip a bit of that off. It does not have to be that long. So that's the first bit, and that's why I went with nice navy at the bottom, because you do sort of manage to see a bit of that. And then we're going to come in with gold. So there we go, and then I just put that next to it. Because this is I'm doing a stripy tie, it is easier to do it this way than to wind round and round and round. But the other tie I did, because it was just a single colour, then I just wound it round. Now what I find with this, because it needs to go over that bit, I just put a bit of fast fuse on top of the ribbon so that that goes over like so. And then we're back again with our little strip of this. So it doesn't take too long to do, and I think the effect is worth it. So stick that one on and stick that one around, and where that's overlapped there and not sticking down, I just trim it off. Okay, and that's it. Just keep going. And I say I really loved how it looks, and I really quite like the look of these two ribbons together, because you've got a thick one and you've got a thin one, and I just think it gives a nice texture there. To the tie. So now we're coming to the top, and you actually don't see the bit right at the top. It's getting covered by the shirt, so you don't have to worry about too much about how neat this looks. because, as I say, it's going to get covered. So I'm going to glue that round like so, and then I'm just snipping the top off, and this is the bit that's actually not going to get seen. Okay, so that is my tie, and I just think that's quite a nice way of using ribbon up, and adds a little bit of something else to your card. Okay, so let's get the shirt stuff ready. So to make the card, we need, this is my normal card base, which is half sheet of A4 cut in half, scored in half, and then my normal mat, I'm using Very Vanilla because that is the other colour in here, and then we're going to cut a card mat in that. You can get the whole of the shirt out of your piece of 6x6. So I have these already marked up, so it is 3 7/8 wide for the mat, which is the same as the Very Vanilla, and it's 5 5/8 that way. Obviously, if you're using 8.5 by 11 cardstock, your mats will be different, but I'm sure you're familiar with the size of the mats that you use. So that's for that. Then we need to do some die cutting out of this little bit we've got left over. Don't need that bit. So we need a pocket, we need the collar, we don't need those bits, we need the bit for where the buttons are going to go on. I mean, you're not going to see it all the way up, so you could just cut a little bit there to go on the bottom, but I just put it all on. So that enables us to cut those bits out, and you'll have a bit left over. The buttons I'm going to do out of Night of Navy if I've already cut them. Okay, so going to get those die cut. This is where you can use your mini die cutter. Let me just get mine. And I found myself, since I got this one, that I use this more and more. When I'm making this shirt, if you're using these bits to make like a jacket, then I do need the bigger one. But I can cut these out with my mini. Love my mini. So just poke them in there. There we go. Might hear a crack, might not. There we go, a little crack at the end, we heard. And that is them cut out, ready to use. So pull those up there. Little scraps. I likes my little scraps. So I'll put that away. That's all my die cutting. So basically that is, I'm just thinking actually maybe Very Vanilla buttons. Just a thought. So what I do is I pop these up on dimensionals. So we're going to do that first, and I'm going to put dimensionals on the top edge. So I'm going to stick these down putting a dimensional at the back end. So that the tie will fit under there. And this, I'm going to use my grid mat. That's in the centre. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so that's in the middle. So I'm going to put these flush with the top and line that up with the middle, so I know I've got it centered. Needs to move down a little bit. There we go. So that's where that's got to be. And then this gets stuck down under there to the bottom. Again, we can use our grid mat so that we know we get it nicely centered. So I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow for that. It really doesn't take long to put these shirt cards together. I have made loads. This weekend I just made loads. This was in my delayed parcel. So it was like, oh, can't believe I've got to wait so long for it. And it was the thing that I really, really, really wanted. So I'm just going to snip that end off. So that's nice and flush. And then I snip this little triangle at the top. So I'm going slightly the other side. And now we can just meet up those points. And then that's how I do it, to make them the right size. And then we've got our tie, which, because we haven't stuck these ends down, we can slip it in there. And that's when I said you wouldn't see the top end, and then we can slip in a couple of glue dots there to stick it down if we want to. So what I did was I used a bit of fast fuse. So I worked out where it would be at the bottom. So my fast fuse is going down to there, and I just went along forgot to tick, just went along there where the centre of the shirt is. Get rid of that bit. Okay, I'm going to put some fast fuse I proper mucked it up there. Going to put some fast fuse just on the ends to stick that up. So we know that's down the centre because we'd already poked that down. So I'm going to lift that up. have that going down. Like so. And then I might just stick a couple of mini glue dimensionals. I had some minis. There's me minis. And I'm going to stick take that off. I'm going to go up there to stick that down. So that we know it's nicely secured up there. So that's that bit. And then I stuck up the pocket as well. So the pocket that's going to go there, I stuck it up. I tried to think, oh, is there a sort of a side where pockets are supposed to be on shirts? And I thought, I have no idea. Try to visualise Ed in his work shirts, but as most of his work's online, he doesn't actually get seen. Not really wearing many work shirts, to be fair. So I forgot. So I have kept them. If I was wearing it, it's on the... Oh no, actually I'm going to put this on the other side. Then it's different, isn't it? There we go. And then I've got the little buttons. They're all up here. Ready to go on. I was deciding whether or not they're getting lost. But to be fair, I think the shirt would have blue buttons, so I'm going to stick with the blue. So I'm putting a couple on the bottom of the shirt, got one on the pocket, and I'm going to make these one of those posh shirts with buttons on the collar. Just think it's a nice look. One there and one there. Cut 6 buttons out all in one go, but we only need 5. Could have had a second pocket. There would be enough to do a second pocket, so you could have a second pocket if you wanted to, just doing the one. So I'm just gonna move them to the side, little dots of Tombow. Use my little putty thing. Stick them in. That little putty thing is perfect for this job. She says, and then it's an utter failure. Oh dear. Don't work with animals and children. Oh, glue. One there, one there. I think there's a little bit of glue on the end of my finger. There we are. So that's that. And so now that just needs to get stuck on there Could put it on a very vanilla card base. I'm sticking with blue. Sticking with blue. It's because the other piece of paper that I used, piece of DSP, had more cream in it. But I still think this is great. I'm going to have so many mail cards now, and I'm not putting sentiments on because I was going to sort of make them birthday cards. Obviously, they could be a Father's Day card. I don't have a dad to send to, but I do have a father-in-law. But I thought I'll make them, and then I've got them for whatever occasion. Neither one might be quite good for if somebody's got a job interview. You're going to wear a smart shirt, whatever for their job. So you might have good luck on it. Or it doesn't actually necessarily need sentiment. You can write the message on the inside. I think sometimes it's nice to have cards that don't have anything written on. Like, we can send them for any reason we want. Lots of people are still working from home, despite, even after lockdown's relaxed, there'll still be lots of people working from home. Ed will still be working from home, probably until September. But because I don't think the universities will be going back until then. So that's it. That is my little bit of a ribbon technique there, and then that's the really bright one as well. So hope you like that. I will link in, if you go to the blog post down below, and that'll take you to the blog that relates to this tutorial, and I'll link to the blog hop so you can go and see what everybody else has done with ribbon. So yeah, see you all again soon. Bye bye.